Welcome to this quick video on the Bitrix24 Automation Wonderland for quick access to the 4 kinds of process automation. Let's dive in. On this tour, we'll briefly look at how to navigate to the respective process automation. I'll also give you a brief overview of how it fits into the context of the Bitrix24 CRM system. Select the Automation menu item. The first automation is the business processes attached to the CRM. Select Workflows in CRM. Each heading is a domain of the CRM, that is, those functions exposed in the system that assist you with your business model and execution. Business processes are created via the template option. In this example, you can see that there is an existing process. Let's take a look to pique your curiosity. This type of process is called a state-driven process. It's one of 2 kinds, that is, the sequential and the state. The initialize status handler is the entry point to a sequential process that has a state within the greater context of the eventual collection of states. Head back to the Automation menu option for the next process type, that is, Workflow. From the Workflows menu, select the Workflows in Feed option to see the default workflows. The platform provides 5 default workflows: leave approval, business trip, general requests, purchase request, and expense report. Users can access, edit, or create new workflows through the automation section. These workflows are business relevant, that is, they are disposed to intra-business utilization for the sake of the business and its employees. These are not customer focused. For utilization, the workflows are accessed via the More menu on the feed of the user. A selection is made from the drop-down menu of workflow options in alignment with the user's need, for example, applying for leave. The workflow is form-driven, that is, something will have to be filled in by the employee. The applicant and approvers are specified for the purpose of this leave application. The form resembles an application, typical of leave, and the employee correlates this with the internal absence chart calendar by selecting the appropriate dates and specifying the type of leave as well as an appropriate comment. Notice the system-generated pop-up messages and the record of the application within the Notifications section. Since we have a running process, let's inspect the system's record of this. Our running process is recorded and visible as running by the system. You can also get a view of all running processes in the system.
Lovely jubbly, there is our leave application.
The user interface for process execution details is standardized between the respective types. Logging is accessed in the same way throughout. Next up is Robotic Process Automation. Robotic Process Automation in Bitrix24 is a productivity tool designed to automate repetitive and time-consuming tasks within a company. Using a Kanban interface, RPA enables the creation and configuration of workflows by setting up stages and actions for various business processes, especially those involving multiple participants. The robotic process is a simple, stage-driven Kanban-type board. It accomplishes actions as the item traverses the stages to completion. It's typical of any Kanban pipeline. As a lightweight pipeline, it has a counter-correlation with the Special Process Automation, which implements a fully-fledged pipeline coupled to business processes, automation rules, and cross-domain references. I'll create a card. This should give you a better idea of what this type of Kanban pipeline looks like. The card is positioned in the pipeline according to its processing rules. Let's have a look at those. Here we find one rule. Let me also show you how automation rules are added. These are your options. I am having a hard time finding the menu item for the Special Process Automations. It happens because Bitrix24 is a vast system. Luckily, you can search for functions in the search bar, that is if you know what the question is. Just type Smart Process Automation into the search bar and select the option the system proffers and suits your requirement. Smart Process Automation in Bitrix24 allows businesses to create custom CRM entities and workflows tailored to their unique needs beyond the standard leads and deals. This functionality is especially useful for specialized industries, where users can design custom forms, set up stages in a Kanban board, manage access permissions, and automate transitions between processes. The Smart Process can include custom pipelines, Kanban stages, automation rules and triggers, a workflow designer with sequential and state processes, and you can set the visibility of this automation. To understand the SPA fields functionality within Bitrix24 Special Process Automation, these fields serve specific purposes within business processes. Bind to this SPA refers to the capability to associate specific CRM entities with a custom special workflow. This means you can select which CRM modules or entities should be integrated with the special workflow to streamline processes across the platform. Link special process functionality to other CRM entities enables you to establish connections between the created special process and additional CRM entities beyond the initially selected ones. It provides flexibility in expanding the scope of the process influence across various CRM modules, thereby optimizing cross-functional workflows. This checkbox, when selected, enhances the user interface by displaying a list of linked CRM items directly within the details form of the Special Process Automation. This integration feature allows users to quickly access and manage related CRM entities from within the context of the process workflow. Similar to the previous checkbox, this option allows for the inclusion of a list displaying linked CRM items directly within the details form of the Special Process Automation. It ensures comprehensive visibility and management of interconnected CRM data within the context of the workflow, enhancing user efficiency. Bind to other tools allows the CRM entities, calendars, tasks, and task templates within this workflow to bind to the process. The calendar is for synchronized scheduling and event management, enhancing organizational efficiency. Tasks and task templates integration optimizes workflow by standardizing task creation and management processes, ensuring consistency and productivity across operations. Let's look at the Special Process Automation's anatomy. It is a heavier implementation to the robotic process, allowing a much deeper level of integration with a lot more functionality. It's much like the CRM business processes operating on either the lead or sales pipelines, just applied in a different context. Here you see this similarities. There is a pipeline with stages. More pipelines can be added to this special process via the pipeline drop-down. The pipeline is also extended through automation rules and a workflow providing sequential and state-driven templates. The pipeline can access CRM information in correlation with the configuration that you have just done prior to viewing the pipeline. Automation rules operate on the pipeline and can be organized by cards or via a workflow. Let me show you how to access your Special Process Automation. It's done via the same automation menu where all the other CRM processes are. The reason special processes are grouped with the CRM ones is because they allow integration with the CRM and therefore has access to the scope of the CRM objects. Let's create a business process from here by accessing the new template to illustrate the similarity with any other same processing in the Bitrix24 system. Here, it's much the same as the CRM process. Give it a name, description, and decide if you need the auto-run event to trigger the process. The parameters, variables, and constants are all in the scope of this process, and you define them on a case-by-case basis. A sequential process starts by default. Of course, you can change this to a state-driven process by selecting that template. Let's add a logging event within an activity group, just for kicks before we end the introduction to Special Process Automation. I am just writing a text message into the log. Let's flip back to the Special Process pipeline. Remember, the process operates on any card that's created within this pipeline. I would like to show you how automation rules can also be defined by a workflow, as opposed to the default of the rule cards. The same process area opens up. Functionally, you can also create a state-driven process for the stage automation rules. That's pretty heavyweight. In comparison, let's look at the leads automation rules where there are a few more cards. You can get a better idea from this perspective. Here too, you have access to a full workflow for the development of your pipeline's automation rules operating on the respective stages of the pipeline. That's it for special process automation. This has been an introduction to the Bitrix24 Automation Wonderland. I hope you enjoyed the video. In our next one, I'll go through each section again with deeper level processing. See you then.
See, I'm not only nice, I'm thoughtful.